Hi everybody, welcome to Rant and Rave TV. I'm Tommy Rant, and we're sitting here with jazz musician, much more than that, but the legendary Alan Donson, who you saw playing in that opening video. That's just a sample, a small sample of what this man can do. I'm very excited to have him on the program. Here we are. I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Alan Donson.
Hey, Tom, that was a beautiful intro.
Yes.
You know, I always think I can give a sort of disconnected, rambling kind of psychopathologically fairly well-adjusted response to things, but I think one thing, since you had asked me before, I want to get right into your line of questions that you mentioned. I've been involved in music since I'm like 2 years old. My first instrument was a toy trumpet, and I was a cornet player. I had a problem with breathing, so I had a lot of experience with piano because that's my background in my family. My family is, there's like Czech, German, Polish, Hungarian, White Russian, Ukrainian, and there's a lot of string instruments and piano stuff in there. Mm-hmm. So I had my mother and sister and brother, they all played piano. So the first thing I ever learned on the guitar was Fur-Elise by Beethoven, because I heard it 10 times a day. Every day I had to figure it out. It was actually learning by ear, which is a form of rote information assimilation. The whole thing is that I always wanted to play the 7th string on this video, which is almost 6.5 years old, that you put in the intro here. That's a 6th string, as a custom-made instrument. But I want to say, in a kind of a way, to your point, improvised music and jazz rock fusion is a separate thing from the old jazz police and the old kind of, I don't know what you want to say, white people or black people or people saying all sorts of things, trying to limit things. The whole thing is freedom in a spiritual and a musical way. Mm-hmm. And what I mean to say with that is that music, like what Miles used to tell me, and many people, Miles Davis, used to say, nobody knows where music is going to go, nobody. And I remember when I used to talk many times with a dear friend, Alan Holdsworth and John McLaughlin. We always, who listen to music, we're looking for something that most people feel like a sort of a bell that goes off on your back of your head that allows things to happen in the world of imagination. Mm-hmm. And it makes people feel better because you feel like you have a reason to be alive. And it's not a substitute religion. I don't mean any oatmeal hamburger weird crap. But I do want to say, in the line of that, a lot of people try to push me to say and do all sorts of things, and I never do. I just do what I want to do.
Well, that's, I think, what makes you an artist, as opposed to just a musician.
Oh.
For example, say, I was thinking about this today, Picasso, Picasso, you look at his stuff, you either like it, you don't like it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of childish almost and primitive and, eyes on one side and all this. But then I look back and see that he started as a classical artist and he could do that stuff, but he didn't want, it wasn't satisfying to him. He stayed, a true artist, I think, is always hungry and ever-changing.
Yeah. As
opposed to just, this will make me money. Yeah. So let me just stay with that. But I think a real artist is never really satisfied. And Do you agree with that at all? Or?
Well, I tend to think, since I know you a little bit, Tom, I agree with, say, maybe 9.5 out of 10 things that you say always. Actually, I haven't heard anything you said that I have disagreed with yet, so I can't really say I disagree with anything. But I will tell you, I think for a fact. No, I won't do that. Give me that James Bond thing again now.
Yeah.
No,
the game's afoot.
Yeah. All right.